Our hearts beat to the city street.
Hello guys, Michaela here. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another speed build. Today I have a bit of a shorter video for you because I decided to build a very cozy, cute, tiny spring home because the spring came like 2 days ago or one day yesterday. It was Wednesday, right? I think the 20th was officially spring, the start of spring. So I wanted to kind of celebrate that with a very kind of pastel-y, colourful tiny home in the world of Windenburg. I built this on a 20 by 20. It's the mid nowhere lot, which is the one of the lots on the island in Windenburg, which is one of my favorite areas to build at, or like build in area in probably, yeah. And yeah, it's just a 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom house. It's fairly small, but I had a ton of fun working on this. I've missed tiny homes so much. I talked about this in my previous videos. Because I've been trying to make 2 videos a week work. I'm still trying. I know I said in my last video that I'm not gonna, but I still want to because I miss tiny homes. But I don't want to have them as the main Friday video. So I'm gonna try and make it work with the model that I kind of tested earlier this month with one full length video, which would be on Fridays, and then one shorter video but only music that would probably come out on Tuesday, and maybe even keeping the room builds, but I'm not sure about that. It's still kind of a work in progress. I have quite a busy period in my life ahead of me, so I just want to make it work. Yeah. I am working on the exterior right now. It took me a while to figure out, especially the color scheme, because I wasn't feeling it, right? I wanted to go for like pastel or springy colors, like spring themed colors, but I just wasn't able to figure it out quickly. It took me a while to kind of get to the colors that I wanted. So I started with this kind of like a peachy color, but I think the house ends up being pink. And on the interior we have yellow, pink, purple and blue, if I'm correct. I think those are the colors I ended up going for, because it basically mostly because of the landscaping that I chose on the exterior. So I kind of wanted to carry those colors inside as well. And I feel like it gives the space like a very welcoming and warm and cozy feel of, and you can kind of see the spring color palettes in there as well. I wanted to record this later today, but because my brain is just refusing to cooperate, because I need to do some school stuff, it's not cooperating. I don't really know how to kind of work with my brain some days. It just refuses to do any work, and everything that I try to do feels extremely overwhelming, especially like, no, not everything. School stuff feel extremely overwhelming, and I just don't know where to start. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to write, and it's just, it's killing me, honestly. I have a lot of things that need to be done in the next couple of months. Finishing my university studies and looking for a job, and it's just been a very overwhelming, really, with everything going on in my life. It's just been a lot, and it's not fun when you're trying to do work, when you need to do work, but your brain or like your body just refuses to cooperate, which, yeah. So instead I'm recording a voiceover and I'm gonna build later, because, at least something slightly productive. It's not like productive, it's playing games, but that those games can actually make me a little bit of money, so I feel like it's a little bit productive. It's not perfect. I would much rather work on my school stuff, but maybe when I get the inspiration or the energy to work on my school stuff, I will have extra Sims stuff from this period of time, right? Because, yeah, I don't know, it's just, I feel like it just hits me in phases, which kind of corresponds with, the female phases of the hormone cycle. And I just feel like there are times of month where I'm incredibly productive, the kind of ovulation phase of the cycle, and where I am absolutely useless, which is right now, right before the big day. So yeah, I'm just kind of trying to be gentle with myself. I still feel bad about not doing the work I set out for myself, but Yeah, no matter how hard I try, my brain just refuses to cooperate. Does anyone else have it the same way? Please tell me I'm not the only one, because it's just really hard to try and persuade my brain to do work that I don't want to do. Yesterday I had a very good day. I was working on a presentation for our CLIL class, which is Content Language Integrated Learning, which means that you're teaching kind of some sort of content from other subjects through language. So I was working on a geography lesson for English, a geography lesson in English, which was on the topic of desert. Desert is the right pronunciation. And I had a blast. I enjoyed it. I spent the whole day working on it, but it was amazing. I had so much fun. But today, when I was supposed to correct a chapter in my thesis, my brain just froze and it's just refusing to work with the words, right? I'm just reading the words in my thesis and I just don't know what to say, right? I my brain just doesn't want to work when it sees something it's not interested in, right? So I feel like it's like an ADHD neurodivergent thing. I feel like, yeah, it just refuses to work. So yeah, I hope that in like a week's time I might have a bit more inspiration to work, or motivation, maybe not inspiration, motivation to kind of push myself and work on this. I just struggle sometimes with being gentle and kind to myself when my brain just doesn't want to cooperate. Anyway, I talked over the entire exterior, so I placed some gardening supplies, so some planters. There is also seating, which is covered by an umbrella. I think this one came with the either backyard. I think it's the backyard stuff pack. Yes, I think so. Yeah, and I love them, and I used I paired them with, or like paired the table with chairs from Forend, which are like plastic chairs, which are so typical where I live. In the Czech Republic, we used to have these chairs everywhere. We used to have ones in our garden. My grandparents had them. My other grandparents had them. It's like a classic in the Czech Republic. So it brings me very good memories because we don't have them anymore. We have like a proper chairs. But you know, when we moved to our house, like 18 years ago now, it was our go-to. It was amazing. So yeah, it brings me so many memories, and I absolutely love the landscaping around this lot as well, especially how it's integrated into the house. Yeah, I love it. I'm very excited about that. So we moved on to the interior. I initially wanted to keep the color scheme very muted, so only the lightest swatches of kind of like lightest woods, but because it felt very sterile because it was very light, right? So I ended up adding the kind of like a honeywood tone of the woods, of like the furniture, which I think made it look much better. It kind of added the warmth that it was lacking a little right now. And I also changed the counters that I used. I initially chose these from Dream Home Decorator, the blue ones, but again they felt very kind of clinical and cold. So I swapped them for the second kind of set of counters from Dream Home Decorator, which I thought felt much better, and it was kind of in the honeywood tone. And I absolutely loved how that turned out. I'm very happy with how this build looks. I don't usually build with this much color. I kind of do add kind of accents of colors into builds, but usually not this much, right? So I was very happy how this turned out because I think it looks really fun and really cool. Yeah. Here I'm adding this pendant kind of light, kind of hanging light from Forend, which I then swapped with Tiny Living. But I wanted to say about the previous one that I absolutely loved these. I've been using them a lot lately in builds because they just look so fun and they're very nice and colorful. So I've been using them quite a lot in my builds. I am very happy about the not dining. Jesus Christ. I am very happy about this kind of TV situation. I used a base game console table, right? Yes, it's the right term for that. So I used a console table in like a pink swatch. I think one of the items that we got with the CC creators update. And I've really love how it looks with the blue, with the yellow, with the purple, and I don't know, it just really resembles spring for me, at least. The home is, I think, 60,000 total, so it is a tiny home, and it comes in at 38,750 95th million. I'm sorry, I just forgot how to say numbers lately, apparently. So yeah, just under 40,000 millions, basically. And so it's quite expensive considering it's a tiny home. It could be much cheaper, but I think it's not bad either. I guess. I don't know. It depends if you play with like budgets or if you just cheat money. Because whenever I used to play the game, which is very long time ago, I would always cheat money because I was too impatient to wait for my family to make money, which I think would add kind of a fun, realistic element to the gameplay if I did try and make the money myself, but I don't know, I'm just impatient. So yeah. That's just basically how I rolled when I played the game. So here I'm still trying to make these light blue counters work, and now I'm getting rid of them because I just wasn't feeling it. It felt very clinical, very cold with the blue. So that's why I decided to change and add the honeywood, which I think really made a huge difference. I think it really brought the space together, and I think really makes it very cozy. I think before it was like very sad and cold, which I've said like 4 times already. But I think this just added the warmth that you would expect from a spring home, right? Because spring is like very fun and colorful and warm because, you know, it's start of the warmer kind of periods, and I felt like I wanted to reflect that on the interior. Speaking of warmer temperatures, it's not been warmer where I live because this past week I've only had classes on Monday and Tuesday because we had a class cancelled yesterday, which is why I got to work on the lesson plan that I spoke about earlier. But the first 2 days, because I have to wake up quite early, I have classes from 8:30 and 7 on Tuesday and 8:30 on Monday. I have to wake up quite early and go to the train station, and it was bloody freezing in the morning. On Monday it was like 0, and on Tuesday it was like below 0 with freezing, and let me tell you, I was not ready for that. Because in the afternoon it was quite warmer, so you have to kind of take off all the things that you have. So I had like a beanie, a scarf, gloves in the morning, and then in the afternoon I had to stuff all of that into my backpack because I was too hot. Yeah, I love spring, but I don't love this type of weather when it's like freezing cold in the morning and it gets much warmer in the afternoon, and then I have to walk in all of the clothes and in all of the layers that I put on because it's just so uncomfortable. And yeah, so yes, I'm very excited about spring, about everything blossoming, because it's been warmer in here than it should be, considering it's like the 3rd week of March, but it's still this kind of annoying type of weather where it changes throughout the day so much, and I don't like that at all. But my semester is ending in 2 weeks, which is a bit stressful because after that I'm gonna have to start studying for my finals, which I'm not excited about at all because I'll spend 2 months studying. Who would want that? So the point is I'm not gonna have to wake up so early anymore. But I'm gonna have to wake up early anyway because I need to study, and I study best in the morning. Oh, Jesus Christ, I just don't want to do that. I'm sorry if I feel like I'm complaining a lot today. Anyway, we finished the bathroom and the main space, and this is the bedroom, which is going to be almost everything for today's video. I really just wanted to reflect the colors from the rest of the home, and I used this bed, which I absolutely love, but I haven't been able to use it so far from growing together. And yeah, that's almost it for today's video. If you want to download this build, you can get it on the gallery. My ID is michaelasimsyt, or you can try the hashtag michaelasimsyt as well. You can get the tray files in the description box below, as always, on my Ko-fi page. And yeah, thank you so much for stopping by. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And have a great day. I will see you in my next one. Bye!
Our hearts beat to the city streets, we began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals, they take us higher. The night's young and it's just begun as she puts her hand in mine.